And now we have an intriguing chance to find out more about this poet of mystery. Mr. Michael Cutchey, I give you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. And thank you very much to Greg and Rodney for hosting me today. It's an absolute honor for me as a regular Write Out Loud to be given this opportunity. So I thought I'd start with something that's quite prescient in current situation. This is a poem about, well, I think the title speaks for itself. It is called A Society in Masks. We walk the streets with faces covered, distanced, as the rules require, socially and societally. The cloth muzzle traps my breath, stifles any greeting from my fellow shrouded pedestrians. The invisible spectre looms over us all, preying on the weak and the infirm. Yet the world still turns. The embers of that old blitz spirit still burn in us all. As we take each day as it comes and promise to ourselves that we shall persevere. Thank you. This next poem is, these next two are kind of a sort of couple piece, which both deal with creativity and the process, as it were. This first one is called Ashes and Dust. Take to the canvas with charcoal in hand and draw the shape of me. Begin with the broad strokes, harsh lines of black. Blur the definition, smudge and smear into softer greys. Give my soul a shape, the contours of personality or experience. The negative space of new experiences to fill the horror vacui. Contrast the light and shade and all between that I inhabit. Once complete, step back, view and consider. Let the breath hold in your throat for a moment, then place me aside and begin again with someone new. This the next one is partially inspired. It's kind of the antithesis of the last poem about originality, and it was partially inspired by Frankenstein's monster and the Mary Shelley book Frankenstein. So this is called Mockery of Creation. Your flesh is recycled, no soul to call your own. Even your bones are stolen. Unloved, unwanted, no intimacy to imitate, just second-hand scorn. A poor facsimile, they call you. Deride your worth until you want to scream through lips that belong to another. All you want is the sovereignty to be yourself, to be seen as an individual, not the sum of your ransacked parts. But even your feelings are an echo, a shadow cast by someone else. You will never be original. You will never be whole. You will always be a copy and nothing more. Now, this next poem is, I'd say it's political in a way. It deals with a religious character as well. Some may know the I'm interested in esoterica, and one of the esoteric characters is Belial, the Lord of Lies, who I think may have reincarnated himself in some ways as a certain political figure. I'll let you guess which. This is the Lord of Lies. His tongue dances nimbly amongst the deceit. His honeyed words hide the hooks and barbs that long to ensnare. Those beady eyes scan the horizon like a magpie searching for truths to steal and make his own. Deep down, beneath this charade, he yearns to be adored, but his affliction for artifice will ultimately be his undoing. And how are we for time? Oh, it's only been 6 minutes. Right, I might have to do.
Keep going.
I will do. I might have to add another one on because I seem to be racing through these. But this is a something more in my usual sort of mystical stylings. This is the Lord of Midnight. I find myself beneath the moon in the silent forest. There he stands afore, the Lord of Midnight, the raven from a far-flung star. He stares at me with ruby eyes, regarding the vestige of my form, so meager before the mighty shadow that he casts. His wings unfurl, blotting out the sky with every feather. So vast is his majesty, so fearsome his countenance. I, meek fool, can only tremble at the sight, collapse to the frigid earth, weep softly into the grass. His tenebrous wings enswathe me, encapsulate my world till there is only he and I. He whispers of dreams to come and offers me his gnarled hand, a gesture of goodwill or a command. I awaken back to the causal world, never knowing if I chose to accept. Thank you. And since I believe Pete mentioned Stoicism, I will add and Marcus Aurelius, I will add onto this list. I think I will do a poem about Diogenes, who is one of my favorite Greek philosophers, a very interesting acerbic character. So this is The Birth of a Cynic. Like Diogenes bearing his lantern, I spend my days in search of honesty in a world glutted with artifice. Be we kings or slaves, be we kings or slaves, our bones will bear the same likeness, and only when we are dust will we, as a people, be truly rendered equal. Thank you. How am I for time?
Well, certainly one or two more if you like.
Okay. Let me just do a quick look for. I think I will read this. Here we go. I'll do one more. Okay. Just because I believe in brevity being the soul of wit, and don't want to overrun. So, this is Penitence. Forgive us, for we have forgotten the ways of old. We cast out our wonder at the world, turned your green to greys. We carved out the soul of paradise, but offered it to no one but ourselves. We forsook the sun for screens, lighting up our lives like a cathode ray Apollo. We drained Neptune's wealth of all its life and luster and replaced it with waste. We broke all the gifts bestowed upon us without gratitude or forethought. Like an errant child, we fumbled with something precious and fractured it forever. Soon we will all have to atone or face the weight of our collective sin. Forgive us, for we have forgotten the ways of old. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Michael.